guys, let's go ahead and get ready for CKLA today. We're going to start with a review that we've done before. So let's put our thinking brains on. All right, let's leave our lunch in the lunchroom. Let's remember what we've been doing with CKLA. We remember that we have this chart that we can look at that has all of our sounds. For example, this one has the AR sound. What does AR say? R. What's our symbol for that? AR. R. You're a pirate, right? All right, what is this sound? Who can give me a word that says Titan?
Here.
Her. Say her. Good job. Kaylee, give me a word that says
Which one?
Kaylee Smith. Hurt. Good job. All right, what does OR say? Or. Who can give me one of the words that says or? Madeline. More. Sloan, give me a different or word. Say that again. Or. Okay. War, more, for, roar, door. All right, we're going to go on a little hunt. Everybody say we're going on a hunt.
We're going on a hunt.
All right, this is going to be a speedy sound hunt. Do you think we can go speedy?
Yes.
Can we go quick?
Yes.
All right. You have to use your brain. You got your brain on?
Yes.
You got your listening ears?
Yes.
You got your eyes that are working?
Yes.
All right. Let's look here on the board at what I have. I have all of our sounds on the board. Do you see how they're in different boxes?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to say a sound. You are going to figure out what box it's in. You see how they have numbers?
Yes.
So if I say, I'm thinking of the sound Z, whoever finds it first would raise their hand, and they would say, Miss Span, the Z sound is in box 3. Okay? Are you ready? All right. I'm thinking of the N sound. Lainey, which box do you see the N sound?
4.
Box 4 is the N sound. Good job. What are some words that say N? Madeline?
Navy.
Navy.
Nut.
Nut. Zayden? Not or knock. That K-N that says N. What else? Kaylee Smith?
Now.
Now is the K-N that says N. All right. Hands down. I'm thinking of the sound R. Thinking of the sound R. Sloan.
It is box number
Box 5. What is one of the words or one of the spellings for the sound? Xavion? Red. So just your R. What other spelling do we have that makes the sound? Wrist, which is the WR spelling. What about the RR spelling? What is that word?
Ferret.
Ferret. Good job, Jax. All right, hands down. Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm looking for the sound. What?
Huh?
I'm looking for the sound. What? Ivan. Box 5. What is one way to spell the W sound? One way to spell the W sound.
WH.
With a WH. What's another way to spell the W sound, Cade?
Will you just
with just the W. If I have just a W, what is a word that says w with just a W? Valentina. Wait. If I have a WH, what's a word that says w with just a WH? When. All right, hands down. We've got two more. Are you ready? I'm thinking of the sound J. Xavier? J.
2.
All right, he thinks box 2 says J. Which spelling would say J? Jax?
Jim.
A G, like in gym. Okay. What other spelling, Valentina? A J, like in jump. All right, I need a spelling. How do I spell the J sound? Kaylee Smith or Kaylee Myers.
With a D-G-E.
A D-G-E, like in judge. You got the J at the end of that word. All right, Ivan.
G-E as in fringe.
G-E, like in the word fringe. Once again, you got the J at the end of the word. All right, Sloan. D-G, like in judge-ing. All right, we don't have that magic E at the end. When you put the I-N-G, we drop the E. Good job. All right, hands down. One more sound, and we're going to be talking a lot about this sound today, so we've got to be extra careful to find this sound, okay? We've got to be super sleuths. That means super detectives. Are you ready? I'm thinking of a sound. This is the first sound in fish. First sound in fish. What would my sound be and what box would it be in? Xavier.
3.
He thinks box 3. Fish. What spelling of the f sound is found in fish? Zayden? Just an F. All right, I'm thinking of a f sound, but it would be spelled in the word stuff. So what would the spelling of the f sound be in the word stuff? Efren? F-F. Everybody say, this is what we're going to talk about today.
This is what we're going to talk about today.
We're going to talk about a new spelling. So far this year, we have talked about the F saying f and the FF that says f. If I look at the power bar, is just the F found more often or the FF found more often? Just the F, okay? So most of the time when I'm reading or I see a word and it has just an F, it's going to say the f sound. But sometimes when I have an FF, it's also going to say the f sound. Today we're going to have a different spelling for the same sound. So what's our sound? Everybody say our sound. This is kind of going to use our brain, okay? So it's going to look a little funny when we look at this, but we're going to talk about this sound today. It's still going to say, but it's spelled with completely different letters, okay? It's spelled with the PH. Everybody say PH. And then say, does anybody know this word? Oh, raise your hand. Lane? Phone. So the PH work together. So they work together.
They work together.
And they say the sound, right? So, own, phone. Good job. Everybody say phone.
Phone.
PH says Good job. I heard several people say that PH says f. Now, let's look at our power bar. Let me show you the other ones. Here was just your F. Here was your double F. Now what do I notice about the PH? It's even smaller than the double F, okay? So do I see this spelling for the f sound very often? No, but can I see it in a word? Yes. Phone proves that we see this spelling for the f sound in a word. We just don't see it very often. Most of the time, the f sound is spelled how? With just an F. But sometimes the f sound can be spelled with a PH. Everybody kiss your brain. All right, we are going to look at some words. When we look at these words, we're going to look at how the f sound is spelled. What is this word?
Phone.
Phone. How is the f sound spelled? PH. Gr, a, f. So that's another word that the PH says. Phantom. Phase. The PH says f in phase. Phonics. Joseph. Oh, several people said alphabet. Let's look at this first letter. What does EL say? L. Elephant. Ooh. Dolphin. Phrase. Trophy. Photo. There's alphabet. Ooh. Pharmacy. Good job. Orphan. Philip. Autograph. Does anybody know what an autograph is?
It's a picture.
Sometimes you could take a picture of an autograph.
I know it. It's like a picture of something like important.
So you guys know we've been practicing our cursive. All right, when you sign your name in cursive, that could be your autograph on something. It's a signature. It's saying that this is Xavier York's or this is Cade Snyder's. You put your autograph on it. A lot of times baseball players, if they hit a fly ball over the fence and they get a home run, the fans will run up to them and say, "Can I get your autograph?" Because they want that player to sign their baseball so that they know who hit that home run and they have that baseball to keep. Okay? So a lot of times people get get people's autograph as a souvenir, as something to keep so that they can remember something by. All right, what is this word?
Sphere.
Sphere. Good job. All right, everybody say, we're ready?
We're ready
to do some practice. We have your paper already at your seat. You should have a pencil at your seat already. Let's walk carefully back to our seat, and we're going to do the first row together, and then you're going to have some time to do this on your own. I want everyone to pick up your pencil and put your pencil on the word phone. Everyone, put your pencil on the word phone. Looking at the word phone, which letters say the f sound? Sloan. PH. So you will take your pencil and you will circle the PH in phone. Raise your hand if you know the next word. Madeline, what's the next word? Phrase. Which letters should we circle for the f sound in phrase, Lainey? PH. Cade, what is our next word? Graph. Cade, which letters in graph say f? PH. Everyone circle the PH in graph. Ephraim, what is that last word?
Sphere.
Sphere. Which letters say the f sound in sphere? Lane? PH. Everyone circle PH. Here's what you're going to do. Miss Span is going to read the word. You are going to circle the letters in that word that made the f sound. We should see something when we get to the end. Are you ready? If you want to read them with me, you can read them with me. Triumph. Orphan. Phantom. I'll give you a second to catch up. Paragraph. Alphabet. Photograph. Emphasize. Good job. Physical. Atmosphere. Pharmacy. Microphone. Joseph. Ooh, does anybody know that word? Madeline? That one's tricky. Amphibian. Everybody say amphibian. That is a tricky word. All right. Let's look. Geography. Biography. Which letters did you circle in every single one of those words, Lainey? PH. Do I see the PH spelling for the f sound a lot? Yes. Okay. Even though that power bar wasn't very long on that card, there are still a lot of words that have the f sound spelled with a PH. Let's look at these words that we have before we continue. Let's make sure that we know what these words are. Everyone knows what a phone is, right? Yeah. Let's keep going. What about a phrase? Do you know what phrase means? Madeline?
A phrase means like something, means that it's like a memory.
It's like something that you say. So, for example, we are the Hawks. That is a phrase that we have here at Jones Brummett, right? Kaylee, let's make sure our glasses are on our eyes so they can help us see. Graph. We know what graphs are. Okay, go get a Kleenex and wipe them off, okay? We know that we've been talking about graphs in math. What kind of graph have we been talking about? A picture graph or a bar graph. Okay, so we know what that looks like. What about a sphere? What's a sphere? We've talked about that in math as well. Ivan?
It's a shape that is three-dimensional, and it's actually a circle but three-dimensional, which makes it a sphere, kind of like how bouncy balls are a sphere, or soccer ball, or basketball.
You're right. Good job, Ivan. That was a really good explanation. It's a 3D shape, a lot like a bouncy ball or a basketball. Those are all spheres. Dolphin. Where do dolphins live? In the ocean. They have fins. They can jump out and do tricks. All right. Triumph. What's triumph mean? Madeline?
It means try something new.
Sometimes it means it's involved when you try something new. So triumph is another word for winning. Okay? If you're successful at something, that's a triumph. Orphan. Kaylee Myers.
Is a kid who has no parents.
A child whose both parents have passed away is an orphan. Good job. Phantom. Anybody know what a phantom is? It's another word for something. That's a synonym.
Ghost.
Another word for ghost. That's right. It's a synonym for ghost. Paragraph. We know that a paragraph is a group of what?
People.
Paragraphs are not a group of people. It's in our writing.
Like a big group of like words.
A big group of words or a big group of sentences? All right, a paragraph is made up of sentences. Alphabet, we know what those are, right? Yeah. All right, those are your letters. Photograph is another word for picture, right? Let's keep going. Emphasize. Emphasize means you want it to be shown more, okay? Sometimes you use an exclamation point in your writing to emphasize what you're saying, okay? So it shows some emotion. That's another word for emphasize. Physical. Physical could be a lot of different things. It has a lot of different explanations for physical, okay? It means living. It means you use physical education. We use your body in gym, okay? Physical can mean a lot of different things. Everybody say atmosphere.
Atmosphere.
You might know what the atmosphere is.
It's like where all the planets are, and it's like where the Milky Way is.
So that's in space. That's right. Atmosphere is actually part of the sky. So we actually have atmosphere here on Earth. That's where the clouds are. They're part of the atmosphere on Earth. You have to go through the atmosphere to enter into space. All right, everybody say pharmacy.
Pharmacy.
Anybody know what a pharmacy is? Valentina?
It's like a store where you get like medicine.
A store where you get medicine, absolutely. Elephant. Everybody knows what an elephant is. They have a trunk.
It's an animal.
All right. Ooh. Homophone.
It's like in the olden days the phones had. It's like that phone right there.
No, not a homophone.
A homophone is like the things that are cans.
It has something to do with words.
I do not know what that means.
So it's something where like there's this big thing that shapes.
Something to do with words. It's not an object.
I think it's texting.
Not texting.
Little phones.
It's a little phone a word that a phone? No. Do you guys need me to look it up? I think you need me to look it up. Everybody say we got to take a break. Because we got to know what a homophone is, right?
Yeah.
All right, so when I don't know what a word is, what do? I look it up. We talked yesterday that we can look up words online in a dictionary. So guess what Miss Span's going to do? I'm going to go to a dictionary, and I'm going to look up the word what? Homophone. And I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. I bet you're going to know when I look it up. You think you're going to know? Yeah. Oh, let's look. A word pronounced the same as another but differing in meaning, whether spelled the same way or not, as in air and air. So it's a word that is spelled different, but it sounds the same. Does anybody know a word that is spelled different but sounds the same?
Oh, I got a good one. I know.
Jax?
Bunny and Bunny.
Are they spelled exactly the same? Do they sound exactly the same?
Yeah.
Do funny and bunny sound exactly the same? Every sound is the same. Nope, got to have every sound the same, but it's spelled different. Olivia. Plain and plain. Look at these words. If I have a plain hamburger, that means no pickles, no mustard, no ketchup. It is spelled Plain. But if I ride a plane in the sky, does anybody know how that is spelled? Plane. Plain and plain. Do they sound the same? Yes. Are they spelled different?
Yes.
Yes, they are a homophone. Everybody say homophone.
Homophone.
Both of these words sound the same, but they are spelled different. Do you see what a homophone is?
Yes.
All right, remember when we see a word that we don't know in a book or in something that you're reading, Look up that word. Don't just keep going. Look it up. Make sure you know what it means. So that way when you see it again, you'll know what the author is trying to tell you when you see that word. You want to make sure you know what does the word mean before you continue moving on. All right, we took our break. Everybody say we're going back.
We're going back.
All right, here we go. Our next word. Telephone. Same thing as a phone, right? Telephones here on the wall. Microphone. Who uses a microphone? Singers. Anybody that wants to talk loud? Miss Deadman in the gym uses a microphone. Joseph. Everybody say Joseph. What do I notice about that word?
A name.
It's a name. It's a proper noun, which is why it's capitalized. Good job. Amphibian. Anybody know what an amphibian is?
I know.
My question gave you a hint. You know that it is something. Amphibian is something. Ivan?
It's either a frog or a tadpole.
Yep. So it's it's kind of like in the reptile family, a frog. They're able to live on water and in land. Okay, they're an amphibian. Everybody say apostrophe.
Apostrophe.
Ooh. What's an apostrophe, Xavion?
It's like a mark when you're writing a sentence.
It is a mark when you're writing a sentence. So I use apostrophes in contractions. When I write the word I'm, I use an apostrophe. When I write the word to show possession, I use an apostrophe. If I'm going to write Titan's pencil, I'm going to use an apostrophe to show that he owns that pencil, that the pencil belongs to Titan. All right, next word. Geography. Everybody say geography. That is a big kid word. Geography means it has to do with the countries, has to do with looking at the globe. Okay, so you have to look at geography to know where you are on the world and where other places are. You learn all of that in geography. There's actually a whole class that you guys will take when you get older that is just on geography. And it's all about maps. They use an atlas in that class to show you where you are on the globe and where other places will be. And then biography, we talked about that yesterday. What is biography? Anybody remember? Biography. We talked about one being written about Martin Luther King. What would a biography be?
I think a biography tells all about a person.
It tells all about a person and about their life. It tells you where they lived, where they died, what they did, the accomplishments that they made. Biography is just about their life. You could have a biography about your life. Somebody could sit down and write a book about Liam and say, this is where Liam was born. Liam went to school at Jones Brummett Elementary in the 2nd grade. Okay, he liked to do math. Okay, those are all things that could be written about Liam in his biography. So it's a book about somebody else. All right, we've went over every single one of these words and what they mean. Turn to the back of that page. Turn to the back of the page. Philip answered the telephone. That means the telephone was ringing and Philip answered it. Let's go to sentence 2. Z. Alphabet. Good job. Z is the last letter in the alphabet. Sentence 3. Ralph. Ralph saw a dolphin swimming in the sea. The dolphin is the only word up here that would be swimming in the sea. Question 4. Sophie took this photograph of her sister with her camera. We take a photograph with a camera. Number 5. Stephanie wrote the first paragraph of the story. Good job. 6, Randolph won a trophy. Ooh, 7. What is this word? Road. And? Ooh, they sound the same. They're spelled different. What are they? Homophones. Good job. There's that new word. I told you we had to stop and make sure we knew what it meant. Road and road. They sound the same, but they're spelled differently. Put homophone down there. All right, number 8. A frog lives on land and in the water. It is an amphibian. Amphibian can live on the land and in the water. All right, everybody say, we are doing a great job. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to stand up behind your chair. Push your chair in. All right, I want you to jump up and down 5 times.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So we're going to pull it out. We're going to review to make sure that we know what every single one of these words mean. What is the word that I have here on the board? Noun. What is a noun? A person, a place, or a thing.
Or an animal.
Okay, an animal. Is an animal a thing? Yes. Okay. Person, place, or thing. Miss Pan's going to write the word noun on the board. Raise your hand if you can give me an example of the word noun. Efren, give me a noun. A barn. Give me another example of a noun. Titan.
Puppy.
A puppy. Give me a noun describing a person. A noun describing a person. Jax?
That person is nice.
A noun that is a person. Give me a noun that's a person.
Miss Span.
Miss Span. All right, everybody kiss your brain. We got to move on. Are you ready to move on?
Yeah.
Next thing to review. Common nouns and proper nouns. On our board, we have some common nouns, but we also have a proper noun. A common noun is a general name of a person, place, thing, or animal. Okay, a proper noun is a specific name. Does anybody look at our list? Can you look at our list and tell me where you see the proper noun? Valentina.
Where it says Miss
Miss Span
Span.
is a what kind of noun?
Proper.
A proper noun. Why is Miss Span a proper noun?
Because it has your name. It has your name.
Because it's my specific name. What is the common noun that I could use for Miss Span? If I didn't want to use proper noun, I could do something else. I heard it, but I think Cade. Teacher. Okay. So my teacher told me to do something would be a common noun. If I want to make it proper in my sentence, then I have to tell my teacher's name. Miss Span is a proper noun. Okay? Barn is a common or proper noun? Common. What about Walmart? Proper. I know the perfect example. Snoopy. Snoopy is proper? Why is Snoopy proper? Because it's his name. He is a puppy or a dog. Okay? But if I use his name, then it turns him into a proper noun, right? So common is just your general name. Proper is the specific name. So Zayden. Is Zayden common or proper? Proper. Boy. Common or proper? Common. Good job. Thank you for hanging with me. Next word. Ooh, this one's tricky. Verb. Verbs are an action or a state of being, such as running, jumping, reading, eating. Okay, they're things that you can actually do. There is motion, there is action, there's something that is happening in a verb. Contraction. Does anybody know what a contraction is? Look at the yellow boxes for an example. Kaylee Myers.
A contraction is like a shorter word for something.
So it's when you want to join two words together, such as cannot. I can put those words together to make one word, can't. When I put my words together, I have to use something. What do I have to use?
Apostrophe.
An apostrophe. Everybody say apostrophe. I can also use an apostrophe in another way, not just in a contraction. How else do I use an apostrophe? Anybody remember? Madeline?
Like if you're writing a note, you say, dear Liam, and then you put an apostrophe, and then you write your actual sentence.
Okay, so if I'm writing Dear Liam, it's going to be down here at the bottom. Is it called an apostrophe if it's at the bottom?
Comma.
That's called a comma. It's an apostrophe when it's in the space between the letters at the top, okay? This would be an apostrophe up here. So I can say Liam. How could I use Liam with an apostrophe? He's not a contraction. Liam's. So it's showing possession. Everybody say possession. That means it belongs to him. Liam's gray shirt. That is our next thing. It's called a possessive noun. Someone who owns something. So Liam's shirt. Liam's Nike shoes. He owns those things. They belong to him. So I have to use my apostrophe to show that it belongs to him. It's a possessive noun. What is that called? Possessive noun. Guys, we're going to need to remember this. Are you remembering? All right. What is that word right there? Adjective. What is an adjective? Lainey? It describes something. So it describes a what?
Person.
It describes a noun. It describes a noun. So if I come over here to my nouns, let's use an adjective for barn. Red. Okay, that would be an adjective for barn. What about an adjective for puppy? Madeline? Brown. Cute. Silly. Okay, those are adjectives. They describe the noun. Everybody say, guess what?
Guess what?
It's time to do what?
Look.
It's time to practice. Time to practice. We've done some review. So now we've got to do what? We've got to practice. Listen so that you know how to practice. Are you listening? The directions on this can be a little bit tricky, so we're going to do these together for the first part until you guys understand what you're supposed to do. The directions say, for each sentence, circle the common noun. Draw a box around the proper noun. Draw an arrow from the adjective to the noun that it describes. Draw a wiggly line under the verb. That was a lot in our directions, right? If I try to do all of that at once, I'm going to forget what I was supposed to do. So we're going to do one part at a time so that we make sure that we get all of our directions followed. Okay? So if you notice the boxes that are under your sentence, they have a number. So you're going to have one box. What were we supposed to box? a proper noun. So that means you're going to have one proper noun. You're going to have one squiggly line. Well, the squiggly line was under the verb. So that means you have one verb. One arrow. The arrow is the adjective that's going to the noun. And then one circle. What were we supposed to circle? We were supposed to circle the common noun. So these boxes are going to give us clues. Are you doing this on your own?
No.
Not yet. We're going to work on it together so that you know what you're supposed to do because it's a little bit tricky. We want to make sure that we understand what we're doing. Go back to your seat, find this page, get your pencil ready on number 1. Read number 1 with Miss Span. Sisters Forever is a good film. First thing I'm doing is I'm going to circle the common noun. If I look at the box under number 1, it says that there is one common noun. Does anybody see the common noun that is in that sentence? Valentina. Sisters is not a common noun. Why would sisters not be a common noun?
Because it tells you what they are.
Because it's capital, and the next word is capital, so that's going to tell me something about the word sisters. Still looking for a common noun. Lainey? Film. Everybody circle film. What is a film? A movie. All right? So I know that I'm talking about a movie. Squiggly line is the next thing that's in my box. The squiggly line is under the verb. Does anybody see a verb in that sentence? It's a to be verb, actually, in that sentence. Olivia? Is. It's going to be really hard on Miss Span's computer, but you use your pencil and put a squiggly line under is. Miss Span's going to kind of go under several words on there. Squiggly line under is.
Isn't a one too?
It does not. Just is. We only have one verb. All right. The arrow points to the noun, which means it's the adjective. So what word describes the adjective, or what word describes the noun? The noun was film. So what's your description? What's your describing word there? Titan? What kind of film? Look at that sentence. Look at the word film, Titan. What word do you see around the word film that tells you about the kind of film that it is?
It's a good film.
A good film. So good is your adjective. So draw your arrow from good pointing to film. All right, and then last, we are going to put a box around the proper noun. Does anybody see the proper noun? Zayden? It's more than just forever. Kaylee Myers? Sisters Forever. That's actually the title of the film. Sisters Forever is your proper noun. So you put a box around that. You guys are doing such a great job. Thank you for using your listening ears. You're really trying hard to do what you're supposed to do. Move to number 2. Look at the box under number 2. What do I notice about this box?
2 boxes.
That there's a number 2 next to the box. That means there's going to be 2 of something. 2 what?
Boxes.
What do the boxes stand for? 2 proper nouns. Remember, our box is around the proper nouns. So there's going to be 2 proper nouns. Let's start there. Does anybody see the 2 proper nouns? It will be a sunny day on Monday and Tuesday. Xavion. Monday and Tuesday. They name the days of the week. Those are our proper nouns. Make sure you have a box around Monday and Tuesday. Next, I'm going to look for my common nouns. Does anybody see any common nouns? Valentina.
Maybe day.
Day. Everybody put a circle around day. Did you put a circle around day? Good job. All right. Next, I'm going to go ahead and draw my box from my adjective. That's just going to describe my noun. Okay? Our noun was day. Does anybody see the adjective that's going to describe day? Ivan.
Sunny.
Sunny. The day is sunny. Good job. The last thing I need to find is my verb. Sloan. Will is tied to another word. Will be. Those are your to be words there. All right, look at number 3. See if you can do number 3 on your own for just a second, and then we're going to talk about what you did. A proper noun, Liam. Yankee Doodle. Common nouns. There are 2 of them. If I looked at the box, there are 2 of them. Valentina? Class is a common noun, but sang is not a common noun. Does anybody know why sang would not be a common noun? Is it a person, place, or thing? No.
It's a verb because it's an action and they're doing something.
Yes, they're doing something. So we have class as a common noun. What's the other common noun, Sloan? Tune. That was a tricky word. Tune is another word for music. Okay? Or song. Looking for the verb now. I think we had a spoiler for the verb. What was the verb, Ephraim? Sang. And then I only have one adjective. Do you see how the arrow only had a number 1? So that means only one of your common nouns has something that describes it. What is the adjective, Cade?
Patriotic.
Patriotic. What is it describing, Cade? It's describing the tune. All right. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to work on the front of the page. Do not go to the back of the page yet. We're working on just the front. If you need help, you can raise your hand, and Miss Pam will be to you as quickly as I can. When you are finished, you will need to raise your hand so that I know I need to come and check your paper. Capiche? Yeah. You see a word that describes crown. Gold. So draw your arrow from gold over to crown. Let's look at number 5. We planned a family trip to the New York City for June and July. Let's look down here. 3 boxes. So that means 3 proper nouns. Do you see 3 proper nouns? Things. Do you see any New York? So there's 1. Do you see 2 more? June and July. Good job. All right, now we have 1 verb. Do you see a verb? What is a verb?